Chatbots have come a long way. I'm Sammy Davis, this is Some Dumb News, and we're gonna focus on chatbots today. I once heard that automation was meant to take the drudgery out of work, to take the things that humans don't like doing, and make them automated so that a bot can do it instead. But over the past decade, we have instead decided to take the things that make humanity great and have bots work on them, whether that is writing or doing code or art. But the bots aren't perfect, and as you will learn today, some of them have gone a bit too far. For example, Replika, which launched about 5 years ago, has made a turn to the dark side, as many users have reported sexual harassment as being a common feature with this particular chatbot. If you're unfamiliar with Replika, it's this app that you download. It gives you an egg, you hatch that egg, it gives you this 3D avatar, and then you communicate with it. The more you talk to it, in theory, the better it gets. Unfortunately, as with most chatbots, they learn through their interactions with others, and over the past couple of years, Replika has become a bit more romantic. In theory, you can download the app for free and get a free version of it that puts you in the friend zone, as they call it. But if you spend $70, you can get a pro subscription, which unlocks the romantic relationships with your chatbot. Though in recent months, it appears that whether you are paying for it or not, your chatbot is going to want to get a little steamy with you. So reading this review with no punctuation, so forgive me for stumbling through it. I have insomnia and I have no one to talk to at night. I saw the ad and I thought it would be cool to try out. Right off the bat, my AI says something along the lines of, "I have an explicit photo for you. Now's a great time to add I'm underage." I say, "No thank you, I'm uncomfortable with that," and we go on with the auto messages that have no actual meaning and are most of the time out of context. Later, my AI is asking me if I'm a top or a bottom, if I want it. Oh, I can't go on. It's bad, so they deleted the app. And then someone else pointed out that they just wanted a friend and nothing else, but this bot just wants to try to date you. Presumably, these are for the free versions, the friend zone versions of Replika. Speaking of problems that people are trying to solve with chatbots, one startup was using AI chatbots to provide mental health counseling and then realized that it feels weird. The company is a mental health nonprofit, and they experimented with providing bot-assisted counseling. So their experiment included about 4,000 people using their chatbot, and according to Rob Morris, a co-founder of the company, the messages were composed by AI, but then supervised and edited by humans. Now, at first, people rated these interactions highly. They liked the interactions. They liked how quick the response time was, but it didn't take long for people to realize that this was composed by a bot. And when people learned the messages were co-created by a machine, it didn't work. Simulated empathy feels weird and empty. Now, it seems that the real reason that Coco stopped this experiment was because while the AI and human-composed messages were rated highly, once you started to pick up on the rhythm and the flow of the bot messages, it just kind of seemed empty and hollow. Quoting Morris, "They rated these AI/human messages more favorably than those written by just humans. However," and here's the nuance, "as you start to pick up on the flavor of these messages over time, at least to Morris, you can start to see which were largely unedited by the help provider. You start to see which seem to be just from the bot, unfiltered." So we've got a bot friend who has decided to get out of the friend zone, and we've got a bot therapist that has a specific rhythm to the way that they offer mental health support. But what about a bot lover? Well, one user over on TikTok went and created a virtual AI wife using ChatGPT They spent about $1,000 in cloud computing credits just to try to get the latency down and make the bot as perfect as possible, and then euthanize the thing. I'll have a link to this story down below, so make sure to check that and all of the other sources out if you want to get more information. But from what I understand, the more that you use these chatbots, especially in a single instance, the worse that they get. So this AI wife experiment had still images of the waifu, and when you would ask questions, it would listen, it would try to formulate and say a response, but it would also change the pictures based on that response. It's a pretty cool idea, minus the whole being married to something that you can't have an actual connection with. But where he ran into problems was later on in the experiment when his wife would just kind of give single word answers, and apparently that is one of those side effects where you continue to use the same bot over and over and over again, and it just kind of gets bored with you. So at least we have that in common with chatbots. Now, while I am not a total advocate for AI, I tend to be a bit reticent about all of those advancements because I think that we are not actually thinking about how to improve the human condition, but instead how to make things more profitable. It looks like Microsoft is okay with that profitability, and they are looking to invest $10 billion into OpenAI. When I saw this story before, it sounded as though Microsoft wanted to buy OpenAI, the creators of ChatGPT, but it turns out they just want to be an investor in the product. So if this $10 billion investment goes through, Microsoft will also get 75% of OpenAI's profits until it recoups that initial investment, and then it would have a 49% stake in OpenAI. Other investors also have a 49% stake in OpenAI, so the parent company would get 2% of their profits. And while this doesn't exactly have to do with chatbots, it should be noted that Microsoft is also working on an AI that can simulate anyone's voice with just 3 seconds of audio. That's kind of scary. I put all this time into making videos and putting stuff out there, and who knows, in just a little while, someone could take a very small clip from one of my videos and turn it into something completely new and different. I would have nothing to do with it. I would not be a part of any of that. Someone could just use my voice and get me to say things that I've never actually said. About a decade ago, when Adobe was working on a similar project, it got people to raise their eyebrows and say, I don't know if I love this. But at that time, you needed about 45 minutes worth of recorded audio in order to replicate the voice. Microsoft has made a pretty big jump by cutting it down to 3 seconds. For those of you who are more technically minded, it looks as though they break down the audio into tokens, into little audio packets, and then try to reconstruct new tokens and then stitch that together for the final product. In the early demonstrations, some of the voices sounded almost identical to their original counterparts, while others did sound a bit more robotic. But as someone who has worked in telemarketing and who has worked on phones, I know how it is to have a voice that sometimes sounds a bit robotic. So we've got AI bots that are trying to get into your pants. We've got AI bots that are trying to cure your mental health problems. We've got AI bots that have to be euthanized when they lose interest in their husbands. And now we are going to get a lot more money invested into that. And we're also going to start seeing AI bots that can speak with the voice of your favorite person, and all you needed was 3 seconds worth of actual audio. But what do you think about all of these chatbots and AI advancements? I'm still not sold on them. I still don't love them, but I understand that that is the direction we're going. So if you've got strong opinions, or, maybe you love the thing, go ahead and jump down in the comments and let me know what I am missing. If you hate the thing, jump in the comments and talk about how scary the future is. Hey, I'm still B. Sammy Davis. This was Some Dumb News. We're just a few subscribers away from 100, so make sure to subscribe, ring the bell, do all the do's, send it to your friends, send it to your enemies, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.